I've been on here, and yes, it's still very echoey. I haven't really had a chance to do much in this office. There's still no curtains up, which is one of the main reasons that it sounds like this. And all we've done so far pretty much is take out the garbage in here. My table's still in the middle of the room. This is still an empty wall. There's so much left to do. But I do have a plan. I've been sitting around a lot trying to think of where I want to put things and how I want to set up my filming area and all those things. So I do have a plan. It's just going to take a while to get there, I think. And I know the lighting and stuff is really off right now, especially like me against this pale wall. I know I look really weird, and this wall doesn't look as nice as it usually does. It's more like a really bright turquoise, which doesn't come out on this camera, which is one of the reasons that I haven't had the most fun filming this, because I find I myself look a little bit off on this, plus the sound quality is kind of shitty, so there's just lots of things that are going on right now, but this is the only room that's clean right now that I can stand in front of a plain wall and just film, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so I figured I would come back on here and talk about the last video that I made and that I posted, which when I posted it, I regretted it for, I don't know, I want to say about like 10-20 minutes, because I rewatched it myself on YouTube, like after all the editing and stuff, and after it was posted, I rewatched it, and it was hard for me to go back and watch it myself, because the editing itself was hard enough to see if I would even post it eventually, I guess, and I ended up posting it because lots of you were like, no, we want to know what you're talking about, like we want to be part of it, and that was one of the reasons that I was like, yeah, maybe I should. So anyway, I ended up posting it, and after those like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of a pity party that I had for myself, going like, why did I post that? I instantly changed my whole opinion on that because of you guys. And that is one of the main reasons that I'm on here today, is because of you guys. I just wanted to send out a huge thank you to everybody that watched that last video and commented on it. Honestly, I have seen so many comments from people that I know usually don't leave comments, that just kind of watch quietly, maybe hit the like button, and that's it. So the amount of love I have gotten from all of you from that video is crazy, like super crazy. I don't even know where to start. Like, just, you guys don't even understand how much that meant to me. It was a very raw video for me to do, especially because it was something that I was opening up to you guys about that Matt and I haven't even really talked about, and it was hard in a way to share something that was so personal to me and that really nobody knew about me besides now you guys. And yes, making the video felt in a way really relieving to actually say the words out loud and to actually share it with somebody. But then to post it is a whole nother thing, because you don't know how many people are actually gonna watch it. Are you gonna get support? And quite frankly, I thought people were just gonna like unsubscribe, see you later, don't even say anything. But so many of you watched that video and went, I don't even care what you post. Like, you could post a video going, hey, like 2 seconds, and upload that, I would still watch it because I watched for you. And those comments, like, they meant so much, like you don't even know. And I don't want to sound like a person that needs all of this attention and that wants all of that attention. Believe me, that was not my intention at all, to like just get a pity party for myself. It was really just a matter of me opening up to you guys and just being honest about what I was feeling. And the way that you guys received it meant to me that you guys understood what I was trying to say with that video, and you didn't take it in a wrong way. You understood me in that moment, and you sent so much love, and I felt all of that, and it's just, it was incredible. Even like people were starting to message me on Instagram, and like some people found me on Facebook, and it's like, you guys put so much effort into letting me know that I'm not alone, and that you guys know what I meant by that video, and that you know what I meant by all the struggle and all the feels and everything that was happening in that video. So like for that, I thank you guys so much. Like you have no idea how much that really meant to me. I don't think you will ever know, and there's no amount of thank yous that I can send to you guys for that. But believe me, it meant so much to me, like so much. I don't even know how to put it into words. So anyway, after I posted that video, obviously saying that I'm assuming that we're pretty much done trying, I didn't know what videos to post, which I kind of have an idea of what I want to do now, but for that I want my room to be set up and to actually be able to sit down and relax and do that. I'm gonna call it like a series for you guys. I don't want to say anything more than that yet, but I do have an idea of what I want to do with this channel. So after posting that video, like on that day, I was texting Matt back and forth, and it was, like I said, already an emotional day as it was. So when he got home, he was like, oh, like he noticed that I had my YouTube tab open and I was replying to comments and stuff. And he's like, oh, so you posted a video? I'm like, yeah, I did. And so he was like, so what was it? And I was like, well, just kind of like an emotional breakdown pretty much. And I want to say like we talked a little bit, but not really much because it was really late that night when he got home. And a lot of things happened during that week. So it took a while for him to actually sit down and watch the video. And believe me, when I do these videos, it's already hard enough for me to post them, but first, like for me to know that somebody that I know, like Matt, watches them is on a whole nother level. Like it's easy for me to talk to you guys because I don't know you guys, you know what I mean? Like it's always easier to talk to a stranger than it is to open up to somebody that you personally know, because there's a whole nother level of possibly getting judged and all these things. So anyway, so Matt was like, so can I watch the video? And I'm like, well, yeah, obviously, like it's not like I have anything to hide. And so one day last week, I think he came home from work, and out of nowhere, he's like, put your video on. I'm like, what? So yeah, I hooked it up to her PlayStation. It was playing on her TV, and I just kind of walked into the kitchen because I'm like, I'm not sitting there watching myself on TV. That is just way too awkward. And the video got to the point, like obviously I was listening in the kitchen pretending to like do something, so I wasn't sitting there. And the video got to the part where honestly, like I started getting into like the teary eyes and everything. And that part every time, because it literally came from here, like way down here. And every time I watch the video and I get to that point, I still start crying. Even though I talked about it, I know how I feel, it's out there now, but every time that part hits, I'm the same mess I was in that video. So I'm like sitting in the kitchen, like started crying again, and Matt watched the video to the end. And after that video, he came to me and we hugged, and he was like, I'm so sorry, like that we haven't talked and that I have been kind of ignoring what's been going on. And so like we both started crying and everything. So that whole video and him watching it kind of jump-started a whole nother like big ball of emotions and things that we needed to talk about and things that weren't easy to talk about. And it wasn't like, let's sit down for half an hour and talk. It was like, let's talk for a while and let's talk things over and let's talk about anything and everything that's on our minds right now, which was the most rewarding conversation, well, conversations, because quite frankly, it was something that went on for a few days, like back and forth and text and at home and in bed and wherever. So from that, we were all over the place. Like I said, it opened a whole other can of worms that was not easy to deal with because of everything that was going on within us. He has issues, I have issues, like we're trying to figure out how to be there for each other but work on ourselves, like so much going on. So we went from we're done trying to conceive to one person saying maybe we shouldn't, to the other person saying we're done, to flipping it around, to it was a mess, and lots of tears were shed and lots of conversation, like topics were brought in, and papers were brought out for money and treatments and to write everything out, the pros and cons. Like, we went through it all, and it has been a long process to get to this point that we're at right now, which is kind of why I'm making this video also. Yesterday I posted a picture on Instagram that had like little cartoon people, and one of the people was kind of like sitting / laying on the ground, and the other person had their hand out to pull them back up. And that post kind of took a lot out of me to write, even though it wasn't anything crazy. But that's why this video is really, I can't say emotional because I'm obviously not crying, but it is hard for me to do this video. And I know there's gonna be lots of cuts in here and lots of edits to not make it sound so weird. But anyway, I posted that picture yesterday, so some of you already know what this is partially about, but for those of you that don't, I guess the whole end to our conversation was we don't want to be done trying. Our life goal is to be parents, and well, I should rephrase that. Our life goal is to be parents to a living child. We are parents, but our children are with us. So for us to go through all of this and just to give up where we're at right now doesn't make any sense. Yes, it's taken a lot out of us. Yes, it's very draining in every aspect that you can even think of. But I think a lot of people commented and were like, you should just take a break, like just relax, just forget about it. When you relax, everything happens. Those of you that kind of know me a little bit better know that we haven't really been trying since our last miscarriage because we haven't had the energy to try. There was no temping, there were no OPKs, there were nothing. It was like the random, like, yes, I would write down our baby dancing just to check back later on, but I wasn't aware of how my cycles would be, like nothing. There was no pressure to baby dance every second day. We just did it when we wanted to, and that for us was relaxed. So for me, taking a break, or for us taking a break, is hard, like a complete break, because A, I can't and don't want to get off my medication because it can mess my body up even worse than it already is. So really, if I'm already spending money on the medication that I have to anyway, then I might as well try or not prevent or whatever. Which is one of the things that people sometimes don't understand is like, I can't just go off my meds for 3 to 6 months and take a break, because in the end, it'll just screw me over more. Second of all, on doctor's orders, not orders, but both of their comments were that with every passing month, our chances do get slimmer of having a child that gets carried to full term. So knowing that is hard. It's hard to sit there and say, let's not try for a month or two or waste time, because really, what if that would have been the month? What if that would have been our only chance and we took a break? You know what I mean? So taking a break was something that we both agreed on was not the right thing for us to do, because really when we take a break, we're just gonna think about the day that we start trying again, which is not relaxing either. Plus all the things behind the scenes, like I can't take a break. If I take a break, I'm pretty much done forever anyways. So it was either we keep going or we are done completely. And we were done completely. We were both at a point where we were like, for what? Like, we're just drained. We're really, really drained. And with everything else and financially and all those things, like, it doesn't help, right? So it is really hard for us, or for me, to make this video because Matt's not here. Well, he is here, but he actually just left so I can make this video. Basically, what I'm getting at is we're at a point where we don't want to stop trying because we deserve to have children, living children. So there's so many more treatments that we could try. There's so many more testing we would like to do to find out why we keep miscarrying, or why we're in this situation, or why things like this keep happening to us. And none of it is covered by our healthcare or by our benefits or anything else. It's all out of pocket, right? I've come to a point where even my familiar, like my daily medication, like I reached my max on my fertility medication after this almost 2 years on fertility meds. So that for me is like, now I have to pay for it out of pocket completely every single month, which is not exactly fun. So we're at this point now where we want to keep trying, and we don't want to give up hope, and we just want to push through it, and we know it'll be worth it when we get what we want, but we need help. And this is something that I'm struggling with to say. That's why I'm kind of like stalling to get to this point, because right now money is dictating whether or not we can be parents, which is something that I know a lot of you go through. So believe me, I'm not expecting crazy like amounts of money from this video or what I'm about to say, because like I said, I know most of you go through the exact same thing. So there's the kind of like, if I give it to you and you give it to me, we might as well just keep it, right? So, but I've learned that if you don't ask for help, nobody's gonna give you help. The only thing that they can do is reject you, but there also might be people that are like, yes, I do want to help you. And I guess just come out and say it, Francisco, like just get there. Basically we've started a GoFundMe page, because like I said, there is so many more things that we would like to try, whether it is different treatments, definitely more testing to find out what's even going on, different medications, IUI, maybe even IVF, and there's so many more things that we could try if we had the money, which is what we're struggling with, is because I feel like doing this, I'm basically asking people to buy my baby. And that is something that I'm like, in my head, I know that's not what it is, but like in my head, that's just how it comes out of me asking for help, is going, pay for my baby, please. And it's not fair. And like I said, I know there's so many of you that have to go through the same thing, and it is not fair, because there's women out there that, or children out there that just get pregnant by accident and they get granted a child, and people like us that struggle to have children have to pay a fortune to even like get a chance at it. And yeah, it's not easy. So anyway, I guess what I'm getting at with this is that this is our cry for help. We are at the point, like I said, where we just need help. That's all it is. And I don't know how much help we're gonna get. I don't know if we're gonna get any help. Right now we're not, which is totally okay, because I can't make people help us. I'm just hoping that like somebody out there, if you have $5 to spare, donate $5 to us. Like, it'll help me cover my medication for a month, and maybe that's the month we conceive and you're a part of our journey. I know I don't have a lot to offer besides me and these videos pretty much, and I don't know, I'm gonna try and come up with something to give back to you guys if this should work out, and if people actually feel like they want to donate. We've had this page up for a while and we're struggling to share it because, like I said, we're embarrassed to ask for help. And I'm pretty sure while editing this video I'm gonna be cringing, and I'm gonna take a long time to actually post it, because like I said, I'm not the kind of person to ask for help. I'm usually the kind of person that just figures out stuff on their own and wants to do things on their own. But this is something that I'm like, that we can no longer do on our own. And obviously we don't want to give up. And I think that was part of the issues that we had too, is just money stressing us out and knowing that money is dictating this, and it's not fair. And like I said, I know that most of you are in the same boat too, but I know that some of you watch me that did get pregnant already and they have their babies and all this stuff, so I don't know your financial situation, and I can't ask of you to like spend a ton of money on me, because quite frankly you don't know me either. But I hope that these videos, like I'm coming up on my 100th video, which is crazy, and I hope that people that have stuck around for so long and that know me, or even new people that just watched this video for the first time, that you click on our page and you read our message and you read the things that we've gone through, or if you don't want to read, click back and watch my videos and see what we've gone through. And if any of that should touch you and you want to make a $5 donation, a $10 donation, a $100 donation, a $1,000 donation, it really doesn't matter to me or us. It's just, I know since that last video, even more so than ever, I know that you guys are always there for me and that you always will be no matter what. So I hope that you guys won't judge me for this and for making this, but quite frankly, it's something that I have to do. I have to try because it is your last try at trying. So I just have to. If this completely fails and nobody makes any donations, then that's what it is. I can't change that, but I'm hoping that somebody out there will donate something, and even if it's just, like I said, enough to cover 1 month of my ephemera and we get pregnant again, and somebody donates enough for me to take progesterone long enough to keep this baby, then you guys helped us get what we want so badly. And I don't know if somebody feels like donating enough for us to try acupuncture, to try, I don't know, there's so many more things that people keep telling me about that help them get pregnant, and there's so many options of things that we could try that work for other people, but it's just a money problem, right? And money makes the world go around. And like I said, I know most of you, or pretty much all of you, struggle with money when you're in this infertility boat. But if there is somebody out there, like I said, who has anything to give, anything to share, to be part of this for us and to help us go through another month of TTC and give us another month of a chance, then, like, thank you. I don't know how else to say this. You guys know, like, you can probably tell in this video it's very awkward for me to stand here and talk to you guys about this because it's something that is hard to ask for. And I hope that you guys appreciate the fact that I'm not standing here going, give me your money. It's really hard for me to ask in the first place. So I'm gonna end this video on this note. I'm gonna leave the link to our GoFundMe page down below, and you guys can check it out and look at it and read it. And if you decide to donate, then thank you very much. I think there's an anonymous option too if you don't want to be known. I would love to know that those people that leave comments or actually donate, who you guys are. If you want to stay anonymous for public reasons, I would so appreciate if you would send me a message and let me know who you are, where you're from, what your journey is, and why you decided to donate. I would love to connect with you guys and talk about things like this. So fingers crossed that things will work out for us and that somebody out there will support us as much as they can, I guess. And like I said, I have a couple of new plans for this channel. Obviously, it is still going to be TTC related now that we're actually trying. I'm planning to make another video very soon to update you guys on my cycle and everything that went on last cycle, because there's a whole other boat that only my Instagram followers know, which I'm going to have to get into. But like I said, there's a few things that I want to do to this office to actually have a place to sit down and talk to you guys properly like I used to. But for right now, I hope you guys don't mind this setup. At least I'm trying to make videos more frequently. And like I said, my little plan of things that will work out to the video series that I want to do. So anyway, please go check out our GoFundMe page. I would appreciate it so much. We both would. And if you have any video ideas, I've been getting a couple messages here and there too of things that you would like to see, whether it's challenge videos or about me and Matt. I love getting those to see what you guys want to see. So anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! I think you just get to that point where you're just over it. Like in October, it'll be like on my birthday, it'll be like 3 years of us trying.